Welcome back. We are here outside of Run to do another walkover tutorial of Run and some of the upgrades that have been made to it, because it has been suggested by several members to do so. To start off with, we have the giant Run sign up here, which turns on and off on a set time. This is actually fairly easy to do with just redstone lamps, observers, and a basic hopper clock. To start off with a solid blank wall, and go ahead and punch out your lettering. The lettering we're using here is 4 blocks wide and 5 blocks tall. After you punch out your lettering, go ahead and put observers in it. Followed by redstone lamps in front of it. Go ahead and repeat this for each letter you would like to make. Once you have your letters done, we can start working on the back. Begin at the bottom and start placing a row of observers, observing that observer, and follow it around the letter. And then here on our hopper clock, we have an observer looking the opposite direction. And when we turn it on, it will go ahead and turn on the letter. And it should turn off shortly. And there we go. So what you want to do is go ahead and complete this pattern around the back of the lettering. Just to make sure you have each observer observing the previous observer for this to work. And the lights will light up the way you build it. Now for here, I want to start on the other side, so I'm going to go ahead and place one up here and bring the line all the way down to the end. Then we can start to work it back this way. There we go. And now our sign is lit up. And there it goes, turning off. So here we have our door cut out. We have a shulker box filled with diamonds. And then under it is a basic item filter. And this comparator here will read the hopper through that block, sending out a signal of 3, which comes down and around to this block, and will turn off that torch, which will unlock this hopper here. However, they won't come down because the other hopper is locked. When we press this button, it will send a signal into this hopper, which will come down and turn off this torch, which will thus unlock the hopper. Let's go ahead and demonstrate. As you see, it only took 1 diamond out. Let's go ahead and press it again. Got a yes, and the door opens. And now we got a no, and it stayed closed. Got another no. That's done. Down here with this basic piston randomizer. So when the redstone signal is turned off, piston will pull the redstone block either one of two directions. One will come over here to the no, or the other one will go to the yes. And now we have that exact same circuit over here for the prize vault. With a little modification, we have this redstone signal here coming down and turning into a piston. You need the piston here to make the redstone turn. That will turn off the redstone torch, unlocking the hopper. The rest of the circuit's pretty much identical. It's just a little bit more compact on this side. One change that needed made due to 1.14.20 is the Shulker box randomizer, as now they do not always go where they should. Let's go ahead and demonstrate here. We saw one wasn't picked up. There's another one that wasn't picked up, and one that ended up out here. And we got another one out there. And another one stuck in the center. Now this is due to a current bug, and hopefully will be fixed eventually. But here is a workaround for this. Go ahead and break these blocks under here. And then you can bring the hoppers back around this way. And then go ahead and break it here and put one more down here. Then go ahead and put your blocks back down. And then bring the glass up by one block. So there's a little air gap in there instead of being directly above the shulker. It helps if you put your blocks back in the right spot. So that should go here so the observer reads it. And you also need glass in here. Let's go ahead and break this comparator and put it back down. And this should fix it for the most part. There we go. It does not, however, fix this one. To fix this, we need to do a little bit more modification. And now we got a whole bunch in a row. So we're going to need to go ahead and dig down underneath the unit. Let's go ahead and put our hopper chain back around. Then go ahead and break these blocks over here. What we're going to want to do is put two droppers under this dropper. Let's see if we can do that. There we go. Let's put a comparator on the bottom dropper going into a block, followed by an observer right here. So let's go ahead and place a temporary one down, then another one, delete our temporary one, and put some redstone dust there. And then put our comparator on top of that observer. So now when an item goes in, it should send it all the way up. So we're going to put some hoppers going into the side and next to that dropper, followed by a powered rail on the hopper, then a minecart with a hopper. Go ahead and put some blocks around to box it in. With that correction, this thing should not fail anymore. But in my testing, it hasn't failed yet. Let's go ahead and go inside the game. There we go. This first section is 10 blocks long. I would recommend making it at least 12 blocks long, because you can run through this and with lag actually make it through. That time we didn't do it. The longer you make this, it's a better chance you'll be guaranteed to fall down if the floor opens. Moving on to this room. This room is actually 12 blocks long. And with the way the buttons are randomized, you occasionally get the one or the entire wall pushes you off. And then now we get to the final room, which has been reworked thanks to several hermits actually running it, so I can get the timing and block placement down. So this room is now pretty close to the original design on the Hermitcraft server, where the walls move in and out at random. This is completely random, so you never know which pattern you will get. And occasionally it will work where you can get across. This one might work. Let's go and give it a try. Helps if we make the first jump. Nope, we didn't do it fast enough. There we go, we got it this time. Nope, we didn't. And then after a set amount of time, it will turn off. And the only thing you can do is go down to the bottom. That's all done by these pressure plates down here, and if we come outside, the pressure plates that open the doors also sends the signal this direction to this hopper timer. It is currently set for 2 stacks of items. So as the 2 stacks of items go back and forth is how much time you have. The signal also activates these lights here to give you a warning that the timer has already been started and recommending you not to enter. The line also deactivates this here and starts these timers. These timers are currently at 12 items on this side. And then every time that goes back and forth, it sends a pulse down this chain, which will then activate these dropper randomizers. It also sends the signal to the other side. So in these droppers, we have non-stackable and stackable items, which will output a 1 or a 3. So right now we have a 1 coming out, and another 1. We also have this pulse extender here. So if it's a 3, in theory it will keep the piston out longer if another 3 comes right after it. So let's see what happens. Well, our timing's off. So I guess let's go ahead and start it again. Okay, we got another 3. And now it went to a 1. And that's pretty much the same thing for each piston. We got droppers going into pulse extenders down here and then going to the piston. And this can be worked with any non-stackable item. Basically whatever you have laying around to make this work. And you can adjust these accordingly to what you want for your chances. Now the second unit down here only has 8 items in it, so the floor switches back and forth faster. But it's the exact same principle with the droppers and hopper randomizers here. And then on this side, it's the same thing. It did get a little close though with our return wall here, but it did fit. And it looks like I missed one. This should have a pulse extender on it as well. Let's go ahead and add one in. And then we get rid of our bottom block, and this pulse extender is complete. So these help stop the pistons from going in and out if it's 2 3s in a row. But occasionally it does still happen based on server lag. Let's go ahead and give it another try. Nope, we can't make that one. And this one might be worth it. Nope, helps if you can make the first jump. This one should work. There we go, we're halfway through. Doesn't look like there's another block down there, so it's not worth going. Now the block comes out, but we can't make it that far. Let's see this one. No, we can't make that. It's... Nope, we didn't make it back in time. Nope, that block there is not letting us make it. Definitely can't make that one. And nope, but that block out there, we won't make it. And our time is up. So I guess we have to take the walk of shame back to the entrance. Well, hopefully this has answered some of your questions about how Run was working and give you a better understanding of the block placements. I will be doing some block for block tutorials, but those will be done within the Fenixcraft series, because if I'm going to build this block for block again, I might as well build it somewhere where others can benefit from it. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. Please leave comments and suggestions below. Thanks for watching.